The year was 2387. New Denver, once a shining jewel of human achievement, was gone. Where skyscrapers had kissed the clouds, there was now only smoke and twisted metal. Where children had laughed in solar-powered parks, there were only craters filled with silence. The Veth Collective had arrived without warning, without diplomacy, without mercy. Their ships had blotted out the sun for exactly 11 minutes. That was all the time they needed. 47 million humans. Dead. Colonel James Harrow stood at the edge of what used to be Highway 7, his boots crunching on glass and bone. His face was stone. His eyes were fire. Behind him, a young private named Tyler Brooks vomited into the ruins of a collapsed wall. Harrow didn't blame him. He'd done the same thing 20 minutes ago, when nobody was watching. His communicator buzzed. "Colonel." The voice belonged to General Margaret Stone, commander of Earth's Unified Defense Force. Her voice was flat, controlled. The kind of controlled that happens when a person has already finished screaming on the inside. "Get to Geneva. Now. The Secretary General is making an announcement." Harrow looked one last time at the ruins of New Denver. "Yes, ma'am," he said quietly. The United Earth Assembly Hall was packed. Every surviving ambassador, general, scientist, and dignitary sat in silence as Secretary General Robert Vance stepped to the podium. He was 63 years old. He had walked into the hall looking 90. The entire planet was watching. Every screen, every feed, every broadcast channel, live. Vance gripped the podium with both hands. He looked into the cameras for a long, unbearable moment. Then he spoke. "For 300 years, he began, his voice low, humanity tried to be civilized among the stars. We sent diplomats. We signed treaties. We offered open hands to every species we encountered." He paused. "The Veth took that open hand and used it to murder 47 million of our people." The hall was silent as a tomb. "Therefore," Vance continued, his voice now steady as iron, "effective immediately, Earth renounces its membership in the Galactic Civilization Accord. We are withdrawing all diplomatic personnel from Veth-controlled space." He leaned forward. "And we are formally announcing to every species watching this broadcast, we are no longer civilized." The words hit like a shockwave. "God help anyone who makes the mistake," Vance said softly, "of testing what we have become." Within 72 hours, the real Earth revealed itself. The Veth Collective's intelligence network had been thorough. They had studied humanity for decades. They had reviewed human military capacity, weapon yields, fleet numbers. They believed they understood what they were dealing with. They had only ever seen what humanity allowed them to see. General Stone personally activated Protocol Prometheus, a contingency so classified that only 7 humans alive had known it existed. Beneath the mountains of Wyoming, beneath the ocean floor of the Pacific, beneath the dark side of the moon, factories roared to life. Shipyards that had never appeared on any registered document began churning at full capacity. Private Tyler Brooks, reassigned to the new 1st Retribution Fleet, stood on the observation deck of the USS Unconquered and stared at what surrounded him. 300 warships. And this was only one of 9 fleets being assembled. "Sir," Brooks whispered to Colonel Harrow beside him, "how long has this been sitting here?" Harrow allowed himself a thin smile. "Since the last time someone made the mistake of thinking humans were weak." The Veth fleet received the transmission 36 hours later. It was not a declaration of war. Humanity didn't bother with declarations anymore. It was simply a single video clip. Colonel Harrow standing in the ruins of New Denver, 47 million names scrolling behind him in silence. Then the USS Unconquered and her sister ships dropped out of FTL directly above the Veth home world. No warning shot. No negotiation. No civilized protocol. The Veth Supreme Commander transmitted frantically. "We can negotiate. We can offer reparations. This is not necessary." General Stone's voice came back cold and clear across the stars. "You should have thought about necessary," she said, "before New Denver." Across the galaxy, every species listened. Every empire, every collective, every civilization that had ever looked at the small blue planet and seen something insignificant, they all watched what humanity did next. And when it was over, Earth sent one final broadcast to the stars. "We tried civilization. You broke it. We remember every name. Do not test our memory. Earth, 2387, uncivilized. Unstoppable.